morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, my name's Tim. This is Vehicle Evolution, and the last video that I did, we tinted the taillights, which came out awesome. Looks fantastic. It just totally changed the whole back end of the car. If you haven't done it to yours, I highly recommend it. Especially on a black car, it looks really cool. So one of the questions that I asked you all in the last video was, what do you think about the badges? And I actually got pretty even responses between YouTube and Instagram on what you all thought I should be doing with the badges. So about half of you said to get rid of them, and the other half said to black them out. So what I'm going to do, because it's a lot easier to take them away later, is for now I'm going to black them out. So this video is going to be about how to PlastiDip your badges, and what I'm doing is we're going to take out the Annapolis altogether. I was going to take that out when I first got the car and just never got to it. So that's going away. The Genesis is getting blacked out. The 2.0 is getting blacked out, and the T I'm going to black out, but then I'm going to peel away the red part so that the red is exposed, because I think that'll look pretty cool with just black on the outside and then have the T exposed in red in the middle. And if I don't like it, I can always paint that too. But that's the plan. So I'm on my way to Pep Boys right now to grab some PlastiDip, and then we'll get to it. Okay, so before we get started, I just want to send out a quick apology for the video quality and the audio quality of the last video. It was pretty awful. So I film on a GoPro. I use a GoPro Hero 5 and a Session 5 for most of my stuff, and I had the Hero 5 set on narrow instead of medium, which is what I normally have it set on, which is why I was like from here up for most of the video. And sound quality, there was just a setting wrong in the camera. So hopefully this is a lot better, and let's get started with this. Alright, so like I said, we have a couple things we're going to do. We're going to get rid of the Annapolis, we're going to black out the Genesis and the Coupe, and over here we are going to black out the 2.0, and we're going to black out the T, but I'm going to probably scratch out the red part so that the red actually comes through, which I think would look pretty cool, the black around it and the red on the inside. So that's the plan. First off, we've got to kind of wipe this down. Car was washed this morning, but driving it, it's gotten a little spotty back here. So I'm going to wipe this down so it's nice and clean. We're going to get rid of that Annapolis and get to work on dipping this thing. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to use some of this stuff to get rid of that Annapolis. So we'll spray a little bit on it directly. Peeling right off here. Alright, so as you can see, it's off, but we've got some residue left. So spray a little bit of this on here. Good rubbing. Just like it was never there. Alright, so we got the Annapolis gone. Now what we're going to do is we're actually going to use a detailer on the back part of the bumper to actually make the paint a little bit slicker. We don't want the PlastiDip to be difficult to take off, and having that extra little bit of a slick surface there is going to help a bit. So be careful you don't spray it on the whole thing, because you don't want it covering your badges too. We're going to spray it on the rag and wipe the trunk lid down with it, and that will help the PlastiDip come off easier when we go to peel it. So we've got a new rag, and this is Zymol's Deep Gloss Detailer. I'm a big fan of their products. They work pretty well. Them and Meguiar's are kind of my go-to. So we're spraying this on here, and we're just gonna rub around the outside of it. Turn it over and dry it. Same thing over here on the 2.0. Wipe it down. So the next order of business is to mask it off. Ugh. Shit all over my tape. Anyway, we're gonna mask it off and we're gonna basically make a box around it. Alright, well that makes the back end look like total shit with all that on there, but not for long. So there's PlastiDip and then there's the luxury metal version of PlastiDip that they make. It's a little bit higher end and honestly I think the finish looks better. So regular black PlastiDip has kind of almost a bluish tint to it. It's hard to see it, but in direct sunlight it's got a little bit more of a bluish tint to it. This stuff stays black. Down here, this whole bottom part was painted with this stuff and it looks way better than my front lip. And actually the bottom diffuser was coated with this as well, and it's easier to clean, and honestly I think it looks better. Coat one. You don't have to wait long in between coats, but you do need to shake in between coats. Alright, so this is after the third coat and it's drying, that's why it's kind of shiny right now. Again, after the third coat, so let it dry, maybe put one more on. This is the type of stuff that you do kind of want to put on thick, makes it easier to peel off the excess. Alright, so I've got about 4 coats on this, which should be plenty to be able to make it thick enough to peel off. So this is what 4 coats looks like. There and on there. I think it's looking pretty good. Peel that off, and that bubbling up like that is not a bad thing because we actually need that to happen. Okay, and you're gonna use a toothpick to get at the stuff on the inside. Like that. So that's the Genesis, and you'll notice on the insides here it's kind of dull. That is dirt, and that needs to be cleaned out. We're gonna wait till all this dries like really well, and then I'll go in with a brush and clean that out, and we'll show you what it looks like when it's all done. Let's move on to the 2.0. We're over here. Pinch, twist it around, and it just pulls right out. So all that's left to do is the T. And again, as you can see, I got some cleaning in there to do, which I will do shortly. But this T, you can see the ridges in there, so I may be able to just scrape the T part out, but I'm going to use a blade and just kind of run in there to make sure that it does actually come out. There's the T. All right, so we're all done, so cue the dramatic music. So there you go, PlastiDip in your badges takes 15-20 minutes of work, if that. PlastiDip dries so fast, usually within 2 or 3 minutes you can do another coat and then you can start peeling this stuff off pretty quickly. So it really is a fast process for anything that you want to do for your car. And like I said, that luxury version of the PlastiDip, it looks a lot better. When you get really up close to the dip, it's got a little bit of a metallic flake in it, just like the paint job on the car does. So definitely looks cool. So let me know what you think. You like the badges blacked out? Give me a huge thumbs up. If you think I should still remove them, leave me some comments below, or check me out on Instagram at Vehicle Evolution and leave me some comments there as well. And I'm gonna leave it this way for a while, and maybe I'll get tired of it and we'll just take them off. But right now I think it looks pretty cool. Now the only thing left on the back end to black out really is my exhaust tip. I did have them painted black, but it kept peeling off, and I got tired of it, so I just removed the black and left it as the polished stainless. And I'm not going to do it again, because guess what? There's something else coming. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe, smash that like button, and that's all for me. I'll see you guys next time.